Hi friends, welcome to Be Again Books. I'm Kathleen and today I'm diving into the whimsical world of boho or bohemian style, and I want to explain how you can incorporate this free-spirited aesthetic into your junk journal. Bohemian style is all about embracing creativity and color and a kind of wildly eclectic mix of motifs and elements. Let me show you the style board I've created for this boho style. So, for a bohemian junk journal, you'll need a mix of textures and colors, motifs. So go through your stash and find all the bright saturated jewel colors, all the quirky patterns, and all your most interesting patterned or textured fabrics and trims. So find upholstery fabrics that are dimensional lace, beads and buttons, even real feathers and silk flowers to create depth and dimensionality. And you're going to need to be prepared to make a spine big enough to hold all of this dimensionality so that you can give this journal enough room to grow. This style is very forgiving. There's no need to worry about being precise and neat. The look and the beauty of bohemian style is imperfect. It has a kind of a handmade feel. So we're going for the look that is wild and free-spirited. But kind of think details though. So little details like dangling charms or dried botanicals help create the boho look. If the journal is for yourself, personal touches like handwritten notes or sketches and doodles make the journal more of a keepsake and enhance that boho feel. So collage really fits well with the boho vibe. So brush up on those collage skills. Likewise, mixed media papers really work well in a boho journal. So stamps and stencils, spray inks, all of that helps to create kind of a rich textured look in the journal. Let's look at the style sheet for a minute for boho. So the dominant colors are going to be all the bright jewel type colors, saturated secondary colors, and earthy colors. So any of this is what I mean by earthy colors. This is what I mean by bright. Yeah, you know that. Secondary colors like purple. Boho really likes to express the global motifs, like especially Persian and Asian and Indian. So if you have like sari patterns or Persian kinds of fabrics or patterns, that's going to be perfect. Asian, like Chinese, perfect for boho. So I will encourage you to just go through your stash and find things. This is kind of earthy, more kind of hippie oriented, which is also very boho. And even the rich European elegant kinds of trims and fabrics like velvet. This is what I mean by dimensional lace that's just really has depth and texture. Embroidery, hand crochet, all of those things are very much boho. Yeah. Interesting patterns, interesting lace, fringes, all of those things really speak to a boho vibe. Let's keep going on the motifs. Ethnic and tribal prints. Paisley is really a boho motif for some reason. Peacock feathers is another typical boho motif. Handwriting in notes and quotes, personal ephemera, all of these things just kind of give it sort of a keepsake look. Butterflies are very boho. Birds and especially feathers, and nature motifs of all kinds. So flowers and leaves. The textures, all the textures, heavy on texture. Boho loves layers and texture. So feathers, leather, wicker, rattan, basket weave, wood, smeared paint, all the natural textures like dried flowers, pressed leaves, etc. Beads, hand crochet, lace and ribbon, trims of all kinds, tassels and fringe, trinkets and charms, stenciling or hand, like toll painting, anything that is hand done, stenciling, embroidery. So other common elements are like the collage papers or handmade paper, mixed media elements, doodles, sketches, candles is another kind of typical motif. So look through your stash and find some trinkets, maybe even heavy things. As I say, you're going to need to be aware of how heavy all of this becomes and plan for that. But all of these things are perfectly boho. I don't very often get to use my Easter egg dyed trims, but boho is perfect for that. Maybe you have some of this kind of thing also. So let me take you through this again just quickly before I show you what I'm collecting for a boho journal. Some pretty velvet ribbon, some tassels, fringe, some silk, fabric flowers, textured kinds of flowers. Here's like a Persian motif, jewels, fibers, anything nature. Yeah. Let me make sure that I give you the screenshots for this. Okay, now let me show you what I'm collecting. I have two different journals planned. The first is a kit that I'm using from Cara Brand and Creations on Etsy. This is called Mystic Jewels, and it is beautiful. And I have a Paper Studio Bright Florals paper pad that is also matching this just perfectly. So I'm going to use that as well. But let me just show you a little bit in this kit. It has just these really bright, definitely boho flowers, these sprays of flowers, and this acanthus swirls that are just really beautiful. So there are these different papers, like pages that are designed, and then I have these several boho bright papers as well. Then there are some background images, also some writing kinds of papers that are included in the kit. I will definitely make a link for this kit in the description. There are fussy cuts in the kit. There are journal cards and other pieces, little pieces of ephemera that can be cut up, some tags and pockets. Yeah, these are just some plain pages. And then Cara also has a bohemian cluster kit that is just darling, and this also matches the Mystic Jewels really well, I think. Yeah. So you get 2 or 3 papers, background papers like this. Here's a paisley print in there, perfect. Heavy embroidery, perfect, yeah. And then all of these other little elements that she has in the cluster kit that can make clusters for the journal. So I will link those 2 kits in the description box. Now, I have a couple of things in my stash. I think I'm going to use this recycled Reader's Digest book cover for that one. And I did find in my stash this little Boho journal card, and it's perfect to illustrate what Boho really is. Yeah, that's darling. Okay, now let me put this aside and I'll show you the next kit because it's quite different. Boho is also kind of reminiscent of the early, like, turn of the century European expatriates, this artistic scene in European cities. And so I'm going to make another Boho journal that is not quite as bright, but still just as exotic and elegant. And it's going to use these really heavily embroidered pieces of lace and trims, velvet. So I've just started a little collage on this piece of upholstery fabric. So this one will be a soft side. And again, I've already made this little tassel to match this journal cover. So that will go on that journal. I have some sari silk. Look what I found at Dollar Tree. These butterflies, they're wall stickers, and I just think those are really cool, and the colors go really well with this journal. So that I have that, and then I have just other, like, some fiber ruffles and just some pieces of fiber for the pages. I have a metal piece that I might be able to use, some sari silk. I have this, found this in my stash, an envelope. I found some other, these are tag stickers. And, oh, what else is in here? I have some crinkled ribbon. I have some other kinds of fabric. I have some silk fabric, very textured. I do have some trim. This is white, so I might need to dye it. I have some other pieces of trims. I have all these little stamps that are just unique kinds of filigree and patterns that are very boho. Here's another stamp that will work. I have several rolls of washi tape that I have found in my stash. Oh yes, I found this beautiful velvet ribbon. That will be interesting. I do have a mandala stamp of some lace out of my stash. So that's going to be this more fabric-oriented, collaged kind of boho junk journal. Well, that's a pretty good look at what a boho journal might look like. I'm going to go away and begin to create my journals, and I'll be back with a few more helpful videos. Thanks so much for spending time with me today. I will see you again.